Today we're going to have some fun with some people, some total strangers over Tractor Supply. This is a good one right here. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, this is all gonna be part of an elaborate, that looks bad, an elaborate plan. Okay, so my plan is to have the eggplant in my pocket because it will not fit in my hat full of produce. I'll kind of have the produce hidden here beside me. As I walk in and I'm fumbling for the keys, I will drop the eggplant out of my pocket and see the reaction of people walking in front or behind me and see if anyone is willing to reach down and actually pick this thing up, just because some people might not know it's an eggplant. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and y'all better come with us, because it's always funner and gooder when people do things together. Come on, now let's go. All right, here we go. This is stop number 1. This is the produce. And we can video people coming out, or I can get in front of people going in. Either way.
This is a challenge, I feel like.
Are you nervous about this?
Yeah, I'm nervous about this.
We got parking right there. Look to the right. All right, there's our guy. All right, I'm gonna walk right out in front of him.
This is so funny. We are total creeps. This right here.
That was not the reaction. That is not the reaction we were hoping for.
Isn't it great? Here come 2 guys from the right side. The funny part is he's having more fun than
No one's freaking out about it. People are just picking it up and handing it back like it's no biggie.
Well, here's the thing. Would you pick it up and hand it back? Oh my gosh.
Come on, this guy.
Oh boy. The dog food guy. I think it's funnier to me that people don't even notice than the actual ones that notice. What's funny is the old man sitting in the car right in front of us has watched you get in and out of the car like 97 times.
Alright, so this may not work here at Tractor Supply. These folks here are too familiar with eggplants.
Yeah, apparently. They're like, sir, you
Let's go get our supplies and then we're gonna, oh no. Oh, here's the horse.
Oh, she's coming out to talk to you. You're in trouble. She just set up that monster. Oh, Lester caught. They all know that we video everything here.
Hey, Kool-Aid! Oh yeah! Look who's been enjoying the Kool-Aid. Remember when I bought this about a week ago? This was the protein lick. And man, I tell you what, between the cows and horses, they have licked it clean. Look at that. They've licked it clean. So that tells me, I'm sorry, I know it's loud. So what that tells me, hey folks, Lester here. What that tells me is that they need that in their diet. And so I'll make sure that next time I hit Tractor Supply, which I'm guessing if they ate that in about, well, it's been probably 7 or 8 days, then I should probably go through one a week here. And then, you know, I took the other one over to I'm a Survivor to the cows over there, and I don't think they've even touched it, which makes me have to really wonder about the pastures here, the grasses here, what they have to forage on, and if there's, in fact, something they're deficient in to have made them go at that protein lick the way they have. It's kind of troubling, actually. It really is troubling, because as much as I love the terrain, the topography, you know, and all there is, the peace and quiet here of Longhorn Lester's, the altitude, no, the, you know, how high above sea level we are with no flooding. That's not altitude, is it?
Elevation.
What is our altitude here? I know I'm saying that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. We're nice and high and dry, and it's troubling to know that the cows may be deficient in some stuff that they're needing. So we're going to look more into that. I never want to forget to thank those that send us treats and little snacks here and there. We got 2 boxes of goldfish. These are the economy size, the big bulky sizes. And I'm sorry, it says to Lester Morrow, Longhorn Lester's, but there's no gift thing inside to see who the sender is. But I will say thank you, and I'll take you with me as we walk out to feed Carl. I don't see, here he is right here behind the, hi Carl, come on over. Look, here comes White Kitty also. I'm gonna turn my camera on, give me a second. So I don't open goldfish the way that you would a milk carton. I open them with the wide mouth, so sometimes the babies want to come by and put their entire face in. I'll shake a few. Carl, I got some goldfish here. Carl's not real sure about being in the big pasture. He's actually never been real sure about if you should trust me again. Wanda, could you eat like a lady? There's a lot of young ladies who may be watching this wanting to learn from you, and that's, okay, if you are guys, if you're a young lady, please cover your eyes, and do not watch. Wanda, this is a little bit embarrassing and ridiculous. No, that's enough. That's not a very good example to set for everybody. Come here, White Kitty, you're sweet. Wanda, that was a bit embarrassing. Have you ever noticed that when you take your kids in public, they end up doing things to embarrass you? I'm going to tell you a story about my oldest son, L.E. The most embarrassing story, and I know that if he was here now, he would be okay with me telling this story. I know that he would. But it is very embarrassing, and it's the funniest story that I have with him that has to do with eating. Jamie was there too. Let me walk over so y'all know that I'm not lying, because you're gonna think that I'm lying. You are. You're gonna say, Lester, you're lying. That would never happen. Just watch. I just want you guys to notice that we have rainy skies. It rained yesterday. It rained this morning. It's probably gonna rain again.
I don't want the seed to blow away.
You don't want your seed to blow away. Yes. So she's planted grass seed in some of these bare spots here. She's trying to...
I'm just gluing it down, okay?
Yeah. Funny story. Let me turn my camera around.
Stop watering?
No. Okay, so just make sure that I'm not lying or exaggerating or forgetting any of the facts or the details here. Oh, Lord, here comes the wind and the rain. We had saved for a while, and we were very excited to take Xander and Ellie on our very first vacation.
Yeah. Of
the 4 of us.
Yeah.
Lex was too young to go, but we went on a cruise. We took a cruise. I forgot, a 3 or 4 day cruise to Mexico. This is before the pandemic. And at the formal dinner, that, you know, I don't know if there's a formal dinner, but at least one night on the cruise, there's a formal dinner.
It's a formal dinner, yeah.
And so we all had to dress up and go to the formal dinner. We get to the table and we're set with other people who we don't know. And, you know, we're trying to all have nice conversations. This is long before we were I'm a Survivor. No one knew who we were. We were a small little farm channel. And the server comes by and he takes everyone's order. Ellie wanted the baked potato with his order. Great. Now,
because it didn't come with French fries.
Yeah,
you remember the options were like steamed vegetables.
So he
but baked potato, right?
But hold on, that's not the funny part of the story.
I know.
I'm trying to get to the funny part. When the order all comes out and they set everyone's plate down in front of them, a guy comes over and he has all of the condiments, I guess you call it. The butter, sour cream, and cheese. At a formal dinner, they put those things on your potato for you. Not in the kitchen, they do it there at the table. And so the fella says to Ellie, he goes, "Sir, would you like any of, you know, whatever?" And Ellie goes, "Yeah." He wanted a loaded potato. And the guy goes, "Would you open your potato? Could you open your potato?" Instead of taking your two hands and squishing, there's already a pre-cut.
Yeah, it was already pre-sliced.
There's a pre-cut in the aluminum foil. You already know about this. Instead of taking his two hands and kind of smashing that to open the potato, Ellie takes one hand. I don't know why, Jamie. And he completely fists his potato.
It's like coming out.
And he squeezes it. And everyone at that table is like...
And Lester and I are like frozen. Like, had no idea in that moment what the heck's happening. Like, is he having a seizure of some sort? Like, what's going on? And we couldn't, no words were coming out of our mouth.
Well, the thing is, I didn't want to scream, but I felt like screaming. I was so embarrassed. But then I had to remember something. After all was said and done, and the guy had finally...
Everybody laughed it off.
Yes. I says, "Ellie, why did you do that?" And he goes, "I didn't know." And then I realized at that moment that all of his life, I've served his potatoes for him. I'd cooked them. I'd cut them open. I put all that he wanted. He had never in his life had to experience, or I guess he never observed people how they open up and, you know, do their baked potato.
Can I tell another story?
It's not really about making fun of my son.
I wasn't going to make fun of your son.
It's not about my shirt, right?
It's not.
I hate staying in selfie mode too long. That's the #1 rule that most video creators break. They do. They break that rule. There's also something that, thank goodness, it's starting to come to an end. But there was this horrible trend amongst video creators. It was a really cheesy way of trying to get views and likes on your videos without even being the owner of your video. It was these little side-by-sides. I'll try to put one on here and show you. But what video creators would do would open up an Instagram channel, and then they would try to browse through and try to find funny or comical or inspirational videos that they did not create. They would stick those videos onto their video in a side-by-side. So all you would see is their big forehead or their big face or whatever goofy expressions they were trying to make while you watch the actual video, which was in fact a stolen, pirated, whatever you want to call it. It was not their content. And I could not believe that Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok allowed that for so darn long. It got to be where certain people had acquired really big names for themselves in video creation. Yet, and when I say big names, large amounts of followers, yet in fact, they hadn't done any creating whatsoever. No creating whatsoever. It's not like they were dancing. It's not like they were trying to mimic a dance move or sing a song. They were simply copying other people's content, putting their big face on it, pointing, making a facial expression, shaking their head, nodding in approval. And that right there was how they were going to make their name to fame in video creation. And it was quite the insult to other creators who really did put time, effort, Went out of their way, to make sure everything was nice and cleaned up around the farm. Yeah, this is the kind of effort that we have to do. Give me that. I don't know what this is. I'll tell you what it looks like, though. Something that might go to Jamie's garden. There we go. And, yeah, boy, I can tell you what, I could not stand that little phase. It really, really bothered me. But no, they say, Video Creation 101, it says, do not. Your supporters, those that follow your channel, I don't want to call them fans, but you know, the folks that follow your channel, they don't want to sit there and see your face. And it's naturally hard to get out of that. At some point when you start making videos, it's hard to remember to turn the camera around, face the camera, let your people see what you see. Don't make them sit there and see you. So there is a time and a place for a selfie mode. Normally we try, you know, of course, this is just me, but I try to do it on the beginning of my videos, kind of when I want to look you in the eye and say hello. But ultimately, throughout the video, you try to show what you're watching a whole lot more than you want to just show yourself. But hey, we've all done it. My mom, I'm working with my mom right now, trying to explain to her that she needs to show other content, not just herself, her face. But she's kind of like, she's not out and about the way we are. She's in the house, and there's not much people want to see inside of her house. And I'm like, showing them kids running around. Show them your cats. You can still talk and share your message without making them sit and stare, you know, at your face the entire 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. But, yeah, this is probably something that I should not have allowed you to see. This is the reason my mom does not want you to see her house. I'm kidding. My mama's house is immaculate. My mom would be very let down if she saw that I was piling all of my stuff right there. But I'll tell you what I do. I have a plan. My plan is to pile it up until I make me a good burn pile. And there you go. I have my burn pile. And in case you're saying, Lester, what about mice? You're going to get mice out up in there. No, I'm not. Looky here. I do not get mice in my barn. A mouse would be a damn fool to be in this barn. Seriously, a mouse, any mouse would be a darn fool to come over in this barn. You know why? Because I feed kitties in this barn. In this barn, always, you're never going to have a mouse run across this floor. Or that mouse, well, that will be his final, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anywho, let's get on out of this barn. I am so embarrassed y'all to see that. Back to selfie mode. Well, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I love the new shirt. Thank you so much to the kind lady who sent this. And that is one of my favorite expressions when I'm thirsty. It goes back to my childhood. A lot of our childhoods, we remember those commercials. Hey, Kool-Aid! Oh, yeah! With the fat guy busting through the wall. Always with a nice cherry-flavored Kool-Aid ready to serve up. Anyway, we're about to get some rain here. We're blessed for that. It's always funner and gooder hanging out with you guys and having chit-chats with you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
Darling, the comment section is not the customer service hotline. If you have a problem with my content that you do not pay for on my page that I did not ask you to follow, well, that sounds like a personal problem. I certainly hope you can figure out how to work the unfollow button. It's quite tricky.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.